Love, a topic that we all have experienced at least once, but do you really understand it? Why are some relationships strong, while others are easily broken? What makes a man stay, truly stay, not out of obligation, but out of deep, unwavering desire? It's not just beauty, charm, or even love itself. It's something more. It's the way a woman makes him feel seen, understood, inspired, and safe. In a world full of fleeting connections and surface-level attraction, there are women who leave a lasting imprint on a man's heart. This guide will reveal the 8 powerful secrets that set those women apart, the timeless qualities that make a man feel like he's found someone he never wants to lose. Welcome to the channel, Sophia's Knowledge, and my name is Sophia. This is where you will find valuable lessons and secrets to help you build a truly lasting love. In today's video, Sophia will explore with you 8 secrets to make men never want to leave you. Don't miss out on advice that can change the way you perceive and live in love. You will definitely feel more comfortable when you find a quiet place and put on your headphones. Let yourself relax and be ready to receive the positive messages in today's video. Are you ready to embark on this journey with Sophia? Let's get started together. Secret number 1. Always stay attractive and confident. The unspoken power that keeps him close. Attraction isn't just about the way you look, it's about the way you carry yourself, the energy you radiate, and the quiet confidence you exude even when no one's watching. Many people think that once you're in a relationship, the effort to impress no longer matters. But the truth is, real love thrives on effort, and one of the most powerful ways to keep a man deeply connected to you is by always nurturing your own attractiveness and confidence. Being attractive is not about trying to be perfect or fitting into a certain standard. It's about embracing who you are, amplifying your natural beauty, and letting your inner light shine through. Confidence, on the other hand, is the silent elegance that says, "I know my worth." When these 2 elements come together, they form an irresistible combination. Let's dive deeper into how this secret works and why it keeps the flame of love burning strong. Self-care isn't selfish, it's magnetic. Taking care of yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally sends a clear message to your partner: I value myself. Whether it's staying active, eating well, dressing in a way that makes you feel good, or simply taking time to rest and recharge, these choices don't just benefit you, they enhance the energy you bring into the relationship. When you feel good in your own skin, you naturally become more radiant. And that kind of radiance doesn't go unnoticed. It makes your partner feel lucky to be with someone who respects and nurtures themselves. Confidence makes you unforgettable. There's something undeniably captivating about a woman who walks into a room and owns it, not because she wants attention, but because she's at peace with herself. That's confidence. Confident women don't beg for love, they inspire it. They don't need constant validation because they already believe in their own value. That quiet strength is not only attractive, it's deeply reassuring. It tells your partner, I choose to be here, not because I have to, but because I want to. And that kind of love feels genuine, not needy. Evolution keeps the spark alive. Never stop evolving. One of the biggest mistakes people make in long-term relationships is thinking that once they're together, the work is done. But people fall in love with growth. Your partner fell in love with who you were, yes, but they stay in love with who you continue to become. Keep exploring new hobbies. Read new books. Have new opinions. Learn something that excites you. Chase your passions. When you have your own life, your own goals, your own inner fire, it makes you endlessly interesting. And in turn, your relationship stays exciting, not stagnant. The power of feminine energy. Feminine energy isn't about being passive or weak. It's about being open, intuitive, emotionally in tune, and grounded in your natural essence. It's that soft but strong energy that brings warmth and flow to a relationship. When you feel attractive and confident in your femininity, your presence becomes soothing yet powerful. It invites, rather than demands. It enchants, rather than controls. And it creates a space where your partner can feel both safe and inspired. You are your own muse. Lastly, and most importantly, be attractive for you. Be confident for you. Not to keep a man, not to compete, not to meet someone else's expectations. When you fall in love with yourself, genuinely, not arrogantly, you create a love that's so strong, no one can easily walk away from it. Because here's the truth, people may forget what you say, and even what you do, but they'll never forget the way you made them feel. And when a man feels uplifted, inspired, and deeply connected to a woman who knows her worth and owns her space, leaving simply won't be an option he considers. So stay radiant. Stay grounded. Keep choosing yourself, and you'll find that others do too, again and again. What do you think about this? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. I look forward to hearing from you and discussing further. Don't forget to like if you find this content useful and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future posts. Thank you very much. Let's continue together. Secret number 2. Understand and listen deeply. The quiet strength that builds unbreakable bonds. In any meaningful relationship, one of the most powerful gifts you can offer is not your opinion, your advice, or even your love, it's your understanding. The ability to truly listen, without interruption, without judgment, and without trying to fix everything, is a rare and beautiful strength. When you become a woman who listens not just with her ears, but with her heart, you create a space where a man feels seen, safe, and understood. And that space is where emotional intimacy grows. Many people underestimate the value of deep listening. In a world that constantly encourages us to speak, to share, to perform, the simple act of listening has become almost revolutionary. But here's the truth, a man will rarely walk away from someone who truly sees him, not just for what he does, but for who he is beneath the surface. Listening is more than hearing words. Real listening isn't just about sitting in silence while someone talks. It's about being fully present. It's about noticing what's not being said. It's about reading the tone behind the words, catching the flicker of emotion behind the eyes, and recognizing the deeper message behind casual statements. When you listen deeply, you tell him, I care enough to tune into your world, even when it's messy or confusing. You create a safe zone where he doesn't have to be strong, perfect, or even put together. He can simply be human. Don't rush to fix, just hold space. It's tempting to offer solutions when someone we care about is struggling. We want to make it better, to ease their pain. But most of the time, men don't need answers. They need space. They need someone who won't interrupt their process with unsolicited advice. So instead of saying, you should, try saying, that sounds really tough. Do you want to talk more about it? Let him lead. Let him express. Let him unravel his own thoughts without pressure. When you stop trying to fix, and simply stay beside him in the storm, you become a grounding force. You become someone he can turn to, not someone he has to perform for. Validate his feelings, even if you don't understand them fully. Validation doesn't mean you have to agree with everything he says or feels. It simply means you acknowledge that his emotions are real. It means you say, I can see how that would be upsetting, rather than you're overreacting. Men are often raised to suppress their emotions, to stay strong no matter what. So when you offer a space where his feelings are not just accepted but honored, you give him something the world rarely does, emotional freedom. And with that freedom comes deep trust. Ask the right questions, and then listen with curiosity. Sometimes, all it takes to unlock a deep conversation is the right question. Try asking, what's been on your mind lately? Or what's something you haven't told anyone but wish you could? These kinds of questions invite vulnerability without pressure. But the real magic happens not in the asking, but in the silence afterward. Give him space to answer. Don't interrupt. Don't fill the silence with your own stories. Just let him speak, and be genuinely curious. Let your energy say, "You matter here." Understanding leads to emotional intimacy. You might think that physical closeness is what keeps a man attached, but in truth, emotional intimacy is the glue that holds real relationships together. When a man feels that he can tell you anything, without fear of being misunderstood or judged, he won't want to lose that. Because it's rare. And it's precious. Many relationships fall apart not because of a lack of love, but because of a lack of understanding. When someone feels unheard for too long, they slowly begin to disconnect. But when you consistently show up with empathy, presence, and compassion, you build a connection that's not easily shaken. Listening is love in action. At its core, listening is one of the purest forms of love. It says, "I choose to slow down and meet you where you are." It requires patience, humility, and care. But the rewards are endless. When you become the person he can truly open up to, you become irreplaceable. So the next time he shares something with you, put down the phone. Look him in the eyes. Let go of your response. And just be there. Because sometimes, the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. If you are still watching the video, do not hesitate to comment continue. Leave your thoughts and questions below in the comment section. I look forward to hearing your opinions, and do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel so that Sophia has more motivation to create more good and meaningful videos. Let's continue together. Secret number 3. Respect his personal space. The freedom that strengthens connection. Love doesn't thrive in cages. It grows in spaces where trust, freedom, and individuality are allowed to breathe. One of the most misunderstood but essential secrets to keeping a man deeply connected to you is learning to respect his personal space, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. Many people assume that being close means being together constantly, sharing everything, and being involved in every detail of each other's lives. While closeness and intimacy are vital in a relationship, so is the ability to step back and allow each person to remain whole as an individual. When you respect his need for space, you are not creating distance. You are showing emotional maturity, confidence, and trust, qualities that make you magnetic and deeply appreciated. Space is not rejection. The first thing to understand is that a man needing space is not a sign that something is wrong. It doesn't mean he's pulling away or falling out of love. In fact, it often means he feels secure enough in the relationship to take a step back and recharge, knowing you'll still be there. Men often process emotions, stress, and decisions differently than women do. While you might want to talk things out, he might need quiet, solitude, or time to think. When you honor that, instead of fearing it, you build trust. The key is not to take it personally. Don't assume silence means disinterest. Sometimes, it simply means he's returning to himself, so that when he returns to you, it's from a place of strength, not burnout. Independence is attractive. One of the most alluring qualities in a partner is the ability to live a full, joyful life with or without someone else. When you show that you're not dependent on his constant presence for your own happiness, you become even more desirable. Let him miss you. Let him wonder what you're doing, not out of suspicion, but from a place of admiration. When two independent people come together by choice, not by need, the relationship becomes a conscious, ongoing commitment, not a clingy obligation. Pursue your own passions. Spend time with your friends. Build your career, nurture your body, feed your soul. These are not distractions from love, they are foundations for it. Trust is the root of freedom. When you give him space without questioning, doubting, or tracking his every move, you're making a powerful statement, "I trust you." And that trust is deeply felt. Most people don't leave relationships because of a lack of love. They leave because of a lack of freedom, of feeling suffocated or constantly monitored. On the other hand, when a man feels trusted, he's more likely to return that trust, and more importantly, stay emotionally open. Let your relationship breathe. Don't try to control it every second. Love isn't something you hold tightly in your fists, it's something you hold gently in your palms. Boundaries go both ways. Respecting his space is also about honoring your own. A healthy relationship is built on mutual boundaries, knowing when to come close and when to step back. Create rituals of togetherness, but also rituals of separateness. Time apart doesn't have to mean disconnection. It can actually strengthen the bond when both of you return to each other with renewed energy, stories to share, and a sense of balance. Encourage him to take time for himself, and take yours as well. A man who sees you respecting your own space will not only feel more secure but will admire your self-respect and emotional intelligence. Real closeness comes from freedom, not force. True connection isn't built by being constantly wrapped around each other. It's built when two people choose, day after day, to meet in the middle, freely and willingly. When a man feels that he can retreat when he needs to, without fear of punishment or emotional guilt, he relaxes. And when he relaxes, he becomes more open, more emotionally available, and more affectionate in ways that feel genuine, not obligated. Letting someone be who they are, fully and freely, is a form of love that leaves a deep imprint. It's not loud or demanding. It's quiet, respectful, and powerful. In the end, it's simple: trust the space between you. Because in that space, love has room to breathe. And anything that can breathe, can grow. Secret number 4. Keep growing as an individual. The love that starts with you. There's something undeniably magnetic about a person who's constantly evolving, not for anyone else, but for themselves. In a relationship, this kind of growth doesn't pull people apart, it brings them closer together. When you commit to becoming the best version of yourself, not only do you enhance your own life, but you also become a source of inspiration and strength in your partner's life. It's easy to get comfortable in a relationship. Easy to settle into a rhythm where routines replace excitement, and the desire to grow quietly fades. But here's the truth: long-lasting love isn't just about falling for someone once. It's about falling for who they become again and again. And the same goes for you. When you keep growing as a woman, you remind your partner, and yourself, that love is a journey, not a destination. Growth keeps love exciting. The early days of love are often full of discovery. You're learning new things about each other, going on adventures, seeing the world through each other's eyes. Over time, it's natural for some of that novelty to fade. But when you continue to grow, you bring something new to the table all the time. Maybe it's a new perspective, a new skill, a new dream, or simply a deeper sense of confidence. Whatever it is, your evolution creates new layers in the relationship. You remain interesting, alive. And a partner who keeps learning and evolving is a partner who's never boring. Personal ambition inspires admiration. When a man sees that you have your own dreams, goals, and passions, he doesn't feel threatened, he feels proud. He sees you as someone who stands tall on her own, not just leaning on the relationship for meaning. That independence is attractive. It makes him admire your strength, and it makes him want to grow too. You become a reflection of what it means to live fully and purposefully. And when you chase your passions with authenticity, you naturally motivate him to reach for his own potential. You avoid the trap of losing yourself. One of the quietest dangers in a relationship is losing yourself in the other person. It can happen slowly, and with good intentions. You start prioritizing their needs, their schedule, their dreams, and without realizing it, you stop showing up for your own. But true love doesn't ask you to shrink. It asks you to expand. A healthy relationship supports your individual growth, not suppresses it. So keep asking, what lights me up? What do I want to learn? Who do I want to be? When you stay connected to your own path, you don't just protect your identity, you strengthen the relationship. Because you're showing up whole, not half. Growth brings confidence, and confidence deepens connection. There's a quiet confidence that comes from challenging yourself. Whether it's learning a new skill, overcoming a fear, or stepping into a leadership role at work, these moments shape who you are. And when you feel good about who you're becoming, you show up to your relationship with more love, more generosity, and more presence. Confidence isn't arrogance. It's peace. It's knowing you are enough and that you're still growing. That energy is grounding and deeply attractive to your partner. Growth helps you navigate challenges better. Every relationship faces storms. But the more you've grown individually, the better equipped you are to handle those tough times with maturity and perspective. Emotional growth teaches patience, communication, and resilience. Mental growth brings awareness and problem solving. Even physical and spiritual growth affect how you show up under pressure. When you commit to developing yourself, you don't just become a better partner, you build a relationship that can actually weather life's ups and downs. Your growth creates space for mutual evolution. When you grow, you don't leave your partner behind, you invite them to rise with you. A loving, secure man won't be intimidated by your growth, he'll be inspired by it. The relationship becomes a dance of mutual elevation. You support each other, challenge each other, and cheer each other on. That kind of dynamic partnership is rare and incredibly powerful. In the end, the most lasting relationships are built between two people who never stop becoming. So don't wait to become more once he shows up. And don't stop growing once he's there. Keep learning. Keep expanding. Keep evolving. Because the best version of love lives between two people who are still writing their own stories, and choosing to write them side by side. Secret number 5. Be playful, humorous, and positive. The lightness that keeps love alive. Laughter is one of the most underrated yet powerful tools in any relationship. It softens tension, dissolves stress, and creates memories that outlast almost everything else. Being a woman who brings humor and positivity into a man's life doesn't mean you're never serious or that you ignore real problems. It means you know how to bring light when life gets heavy. And that light is irresistible. In the early stages of love, everything feels exciting, spontaneous, and fun. But over time, as routine sets in and responsibilities grow, couples often forget to laugh together. The relationship becomes more about surviving than enjoying. But when you intentionally keep humor and joy alive, you create an atmosphere that makes love not just bearable, but beautiful. Let's explore why being humorous and positive isn't just a nice to have, it's a powerful secret that makes a man never want to leave. Laughter builds connection. When two people laugh together, something powerful happens. It's like a silent agreement, we're on the same wavelength. Laughter creates instant emotional intimacy. It relaxes both of you. It turns awkward moments into inside jokes. It turns bad days into shared stories. Being playful doesn't mean acting immature. It means knowing when to let go of seriousness, when to make a funny face instead of a frustrated sigh, when to turn a minor mishap into a moment you'll laugh about for years. That lightheartedness becomes the glue in your connection. Positivity is contagious. Negativity is draining. We all have hard days, moments of doubt, and times we need to vent. But when a relationship becomes a constant source of criticism, stress, or complaint, it starts to feel like a burden. On the other hand, a woman who chooses to see the good, even when life gets messy, becomes a source of strength and renewal. Your energy, your outlook, your resilience. It becomes the calm in his chaos. When you lead with positivity, not only do you lift him, but you also create an emotional environment that he craves. Humor strengthens attraction. Humor is sexy. It breaks down walls. It shows intelligence, timing, and confidence. A woman who can laugh at herself, make clever jokes, or bring levity to difficult moments shows emotional maturity. She's not threatened by imperfection. She's grounded enough to not take everything so seriously. When you laugh with a man, you create shared joy. And shared joy creates emotional memories that linger long after physical attraction fades. You become someone he associates with happiness, and that's not something people walk away from easily. Playfulness keeps the romance young. No matter how old we get, we all have an inner child that wants to be seen, heard, and played with. Relationships that last often have an element of playfulness, teasing, spontaneous adventures, silly nicknames, unexpected surprises. Being playful doesn't mean you're not deep. It means you bring balance. You remind him that love doesn't always have to be heavy. It can be fun. It can be laughter over nothing. It can be dancing in the kitchen, water fights in the summer, laughing until your stomach hurts. And when life gets hard, that sense of fun becomes a lifeline. Your attitude becomes the emotional tone of the relationship. Your emotional energy sets the tone. If you're constantly stressed, reactive, or pessimistic, that becomes the rhythm of your shared life. But if you show up with lightness, with the ability to laugh through challenges and find joy in small things, that becomes the atmosphere he returns to. People don't always remember what you say, but they never forget how you make them feel. If you become the person who makes him feel lighter, brighter, and more at ease in the world, you become unforgettable. Positivity doesn't mean perfection. Let's be clear. Being positive isn't about pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's about how you respond. Do you let hardship define your mood, or do you find perspective? Do you stay stuck in a bad day, or do you look for something to smile about? Positivity is a choice. And over time, it becomes a habit. And the best part? It doesn't just affect your relationship, it transforms your life. In the end, relationships don't just survive on love. They thrive on joy. So be the reason he laughs. Be the moment in his day that feels like sunshine. Be the calm and the crazy, the deep and the light. Because when a man finds a woman who brings laughter and light to his world, he doesn't just want to be near her, he never wants to let her go. Secret number 6. Master the art of little surprises. Keeping the spark alive one moment at a time. In the rhythm of everyday life, where routines often take center stage, it's easy for relationships to fall into patterns that, while comfortable, can become predictable. Predictability isn't necessarily bad, it creates stability. But what keeps the heart beating a little faster, what keeps romance feeling alive, are the unexpected moments of delight. The kind that say, I see you. I think about you. I want to make you smile. This is the art of small surprises. You don't need grand gestures to keep a man enchanted. In fact, it's often the tiny, thoughtful acts that linger in his memory long after the moment has passed. When you know how to create these pockets of magic in an otherwise ordinary day, you give the relationship a pulse. You keep it breathing, moving, glowing. Why small surprises matter? A relationship is built on the foundation of daily choices. It's shaped not only by big declarations of love but by the small, consistent ways you show up for each other. A surprise, even a small one, interrupts the ordinary. It shows effort. It says, you're on my mind, and I wanted to do something just for you. These moments inject excitement, warmth, and spontaneity into the relationship. They show that love isn't static, it's alive, active, and full of possibilities. Surprises deepen emotional intimacy. When you do something unexpected that shows you truly know your partner, his tastes, his schedule, his habits, you're not just being thoughtful. You're speaking directly to his heart. Maybe it's picking up his favorite snack without him asking. Maybe it's a handwritten note left on the bathroom mirror before his big meeting. Maybe it's organizing a quiet evening based on everything you know helps him recharge. These small acts say, I see you. I care about your world. And in a relationship, being deeply seen is one of the most powerful feelings there is. Spontaneity keeps desire alive. Desire is fueled by mystery, playfulness, and the unexpected. While security is essential for long-term love, desire thrives in contrast, in surprise, in variation, in unpredictability. When you occasionally break the pattern and do something sweet, playful, or even a little mischievous, you create moments that feel fresh and exciting. These aren't just cute, they're attractive. They bring back the thrill of discovery, the same thrill you had at the beginning of the relationship. Small doesn't mean insignificant. It's easy to assume that only big, dramatic acts count. But often, it's the simplest things that hold the most weight. A voice note saying, I'm proud of you today. A surprise coffee dropped off during a busy day. A playful text in the middle of the afternoon. A cozy dinner prepared with his favorite meal after a hard week. These moments don't require a lot of time or money. What they require is intention. And that's what makes them unforgettable. Variety is key. Surprises don't have to be romantic or even emotional. They can be practical, funny, or simply considerate. The key is variation. Don't get stuck in one type of surprise. Switch things up. Keep it creative. If one week you surprise him with his favorite dessert, maybe the next time it's planning a day off together or playing his favorite childhood video game with him. Keep discovering new ways to say I love you without words. That creativity doesn't go unnoticed. Being the source of joy makes you unforgettable. A man will never forget the woman who made him smile on an ordinary day for no particular reason. The one who didn't wait for holidays, anniversaries, or big milestones to show love. The one who knew that even the strongest relationships need sparks, and chose to be the one who lit them. When you're the source of unexpected joy, you become someone he associates with happiness, safety, and wonder. That kind of emotional association builds deep bonds and lasting memories. In the end, love lives in the details. And the magic of surprise isn't about doing more. It's about doing differently. It's about thinking just a little deeper, reaching just a little further, and asking yourself, what could I do today to make him smile? Because when love is felt unexpectedly, it stays remembered forever. Secret number 7. Be his teammate, not just his lover. Building a bond that goes beyond romance. Romance may ignite a relationship, but partnership is what keeps it alive. The thrill of attraction, the butterflies of a first kiss, the intensity of passion, all of it is beautiful, but over time, love that endures is built on something deeper, true companionship. Being someone's lover is about emotion. Being someone's partner is about commitment. It's about showing up not only when it's easy and exciting but also when it's hard, inconvenient, or quiet. When you become his teammate, not just his romantic interest, you create a relationship that can weather any season of life. Love rooted in partnership lasts longer. The strongest relationships are not just built on chemistry, they're built on collaboration. A man who sees you as his equal partner, someone he can trust with his dreams, fears, goals, and vulnerabilities, will value you in a way that goes far beyond physical attraction. When you walk side by side toward a shared future, supporting one another through both victories and struggles, you become more than a girlfriend, a wife, or a lover. You become his anchor. His safe place. His home. Show up in the tough moments. Anyone can show up when things are going well. But a true partner is there when life is messy, when plans fall apart, when setbacks come, when he feels like he's failing. Being a teammate means standing beside him, not with judgment or solutions, but with presence and strength. You don't have to fix everything. Sometimes just saying, I believe in you, is enough. Sometimes it's listening without interrupting. Sometimes it's helping him laugh through the stress, or simply sitting with him in silence until he's ready to talk. These are the moments that build trust, the quiet, unseen acts of loyalty that remind him he's not alone. Encourage his growth and celebrate his wins. As a partner, you're not just there to love who he is now. You're there to encourage who he's becoming. Support his goals. Ask about his ideas. Challenge him, if necessary, in a way that helps him rise, not shrink. And when he succeeds, celebrate it like it's your own win. Be the first to cheer him on. Let him know you see the effort behind the outcome. That kind of support isn't just loving, it's empowering. And a man who feels empowered beside you will never forget how you made him feel. Communicate like teammates, not opponents. Disagreements are inevitable in any relationship. What matters is how you handle them. As teammates, the goal isn't to win an argument, it's to understand each other. It's us against the problem, not me against you. Use empathy. Choose your words carefully. Ask questions instead of making assumptions. Focus on resolution, not blame. A relationship where both people feel heard and respected, even in conflict, is a relationship that grows stronger over time. Be invested in his world. Part of being a teammate is being interested in the things that matter to him, even if they're not always your thing. Maybe he's into sports, or music production, or business strategy. You don't need to be an expert, but showing genuine curiosity in his passions says, "I care about what lights you up." Ask questions. Show up to the things he cares about. Celebrate his individuality. It's a small gesture with a big impact. It lets him know his world matters to you, just like yours matters to him. Keep building something together. Strong partnerships are always moving forward. That doesn't necessarily mean rushing into milestones like buying a house or starting a family. It means dreaming together. Planning together. Setting goals, whether big or small, like a future trip, a shared project, or financial goals. When you build a vision as a team, the relationship feels purposeful. You're not just in love, you're building a life together. Be emotionally reliable. Being a true partner means being emotionally consistent. He knows that when he reaches for you, whether with excitement or vulnerability, you'll be there in a way that's stable and sincere. Emotional reliability builds deep-rooted trust. And trust is the foundation of every lasting bond. In the end, real love isn't just about romance. It's about friendship, teamwork, and walking through life side by side. Be the woman who doesn't just love him, be the woman who stands with him. Because when a man finds a partner who not only holds his heart but also has his back, that's a kind of loyalty he will protect, cherish, and never want to let go. Secret number 8. Know how to keep the spark alive. Keeping passion burning in a lasting relationship. Every love story begins with a spark. It's the excitement of the unknown, the electric connection, the rush of getting to know someone new. In those early stages, affection flows effortlessly. Every touch is thrilling, every glance speaks volumes, and time seems to bend around your growing bond. But what happens when time moves on? When life becomes busy, stress mounts, and the honeymoon phase fades into the background? This is where many couples lose their way, not because the love is gone, but because they've stopped tending to the fire. Keeping the spark alive is not about recreating the past. It's about intentionally choosing each other, again and again, in fresh and meaningful ways. It's about maintaining curiosity, physical intimacy, and emotional presence, even after years together. Here's how to keep that flame burning bright. Prioritize quality time, not just time together. Being in the same room doesn't mean you're connecting. Sitting on the couch scrolling on separate phones is not intimacy, it's proximity. To maintain emotional and romantic connection, you need intentional time together. Plan date nights, even if you live together. Take walks without distractions. Have deep conversations over dinner. Laugh, play, explore new places or ideas together. These shared experiences keep you from becoming just roommates, they keep you lovers, partners, and best friends. Stay curious about each other. One of the most dangerous assumptions in long-term relationships is believing you already know everything about your partner. The truth is, people grow, evolve, and change constantly. Ask new questions. Be genuinely interested in what he's reading, dreaming about, or struggling with. What's inspiring him lately? What's making him anxious? What does he want more of in life? Curiosity reignites emotional intimacy. It says, "I'm still here, and I still want to know you." Keep physical touch alive. Physical intimacy is a powerful language of love. But it often fades into the background when couples get caught up in daily responsibilities. Passion doesn't disappear, it just gets buried under to-do lists, fatigue, and distractions. Don't wait for the right time to be affectionate. Hold hands while walking. Kiss goodbye. Touch his arm while talking. These small physical cues send a powerful message: I still desire you. I still feel connected to you. And yes, maintain a healthy sexual connection, not out of obligation, but out of desire to nurture that sacred space between you. Prioritize it. Talk about it. Be playful and open. Keep discovering each other. Keep romance alive with small gestures. Romance isn't about grand gestures, it's about consistent thoughtfulness. Leave a note in his bag. Send a flirty text during the day. Make his favorite meal just because. Compliment him genuinely. These seemingly small things remind him that he's not taken for granted. When a man feels wanted, seen, and appreciated, he naturally wants to reciprocate that energy. And together, you create a loop of affection that sustains both of you. Laugh and have fun together. Passion isn't only about physical heat, it's also about emotional joy. Couples who laugh together build a bond that can outlast almost anything. Laughter disarms tension, resets mood, and reminds you why you enjoy each other's company. Be silly. Be spontaneous. Watch funny movies, tell inside jokes, dance in the kitchen. Keep joy alive, it's just as sexy as desire. Keep choosing each other, even when it's hard. There will be days when passion feels distant. Life gets stressful. Emotions run dry. This is where intention matters most. Keeping the spark alive doesn't mean always feeling intense desire, it means committing to stay connected, to reach for each other, even in difficult seasons. Have the hard conversations. Share your needs. Be vulnerable. Listen without defensiveness. These are the moments where emotional intimacy deepens, and from that depth, passion can reignite. Invest in yourself, too. One of the best ways to stay desirable is to keep growing as an individual. When you pursue your passions, take care of your body, nurture your inner life, you radiate self-respect and confidence. That energy is magnetic. A woman who continues to evolve inspires her partner to do the same. And when both people keep growing, the relationship stays vibrant, dynamic, and full of possibility. In the end, keeping the spark alive is a choice. It's not about fighting against time, it's about embracing change while staying emotionally and physically connected. It's about remembering that love isn't just a feeling, it's a practice. So keep tending to the fire. Feed it with laughter, presence, desire, kindness, and curiosity. Because when a man is with a woman who knows how to keep love alive, not just in the beginning, but through the seasons, he doesn't just stay. He stays in love. Conclusion. In love, the most powerful relationships are not born from luck, they are crafted with intention, nurtured with care, and sustained by choice. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to chase or impress. You simply need to show up as a woman who loves deeply, lives fully, and connects authentically. Each of these 8 secrets isn't about manipulation or strategy. They are about becoming the kind of partner who brings light, strength, and depth into a man's life. A woman who is confident in herself, who listens with empathy, who supports without losing her individuality. A woman who respects both his freedom and her own. One who continues to grow, laugh, love, and surprise, even after the honeymoon phase has passed. When you live with that kind of awareness and heart, you don't just attract love, you hold on to it. Not by force, but through connection. Not by control, but by trust. A man who experiences that kind of relationship won't want to walk away, because he's not just in love with you, he's deeply anchored in the life you're building together. Remember, great relationships don't just happen. They are created day by day, moment by moment, through how we show up for one another. So take these secrets and live them. Not just for him, but for you, too. Because the woman who knows her worth, who knows how to love and be loved, is the woman no man ever wants to lose. Thank you for taking the time to watch today's video. I hope you found some useful lessons about love and relationships. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. I appreciate your support and will continue to bring valuable content in future videos. Please continue to join me on my journey to learn about love and relationships. See you soon, and I wish you happiness.